Welcome to the Chinese Health and Fitness video preview. This video will give you a solid introduction to Qigong, the Chinese art of breathing and energy work. The preview will show you some of the exercises and information that will be available on the Chinese Health and Fitness video. Thanks for watching.
Okay, well, as you can see, we are outside right now, and this is the best place to do any breathing exercises. Breathing involves so much more than just a simple exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. When you deep breathe, you're first of all using the entire lung capacity. Most people tend to shallow breathe, which means there's a lot of stale air in the lower part of the lungs that's never being expelled. Also, this has a effect of oxygen deprivation on the system. Since most of us tend to lead, unfortunately, sedentary lifestyles in this modern age, we tend to do very shallow breathing without utilizing our full lung capacity, and this slowly starves the cells of oxygen and energy over time. This is very important, especially in cancer, because it was proven in 1931 by Dr. Otto Warburg that cancer cannot exist in an oxygenated environment. In spite of this fact, most people have never even heard of this talked about in Western medicine, and Western medicine still doesn't consider breathing to be an effective preventative against cancer or treatment for cancer. But in China, they do this all the time over there. Breathing also has some other interesting qualities. When you hold your breath for several seconds or longer, it causes what's known as cellular respiration, where the cells begin to purge themselves of toxic waste matter on a more effective level. This is a more advanced technique, which I'll be covering at another time. But this just gives you a little idea of the importance of breathing. When you breathe deeply, the energy is extracted from the lungs, goes into the kidneys and the surrounding organs, and eventually flows throughout the entire system. This is vital because the kidneys are an absolutely critical organ for your overall health, your immune system, and as an excellent measure for your longevity. The Chinese take great pains to, and did a lot of detailed study on how to purify and to strengthen the kidney qi over the centuries. This breathing set, as I mentioned, is very, very old, the Pieces of Brocade. It's over 900 years old, and it has 8 exercises consisting of 8 movements each, hence the name 8 Pieces of Brocade. The brocade is a silk cloth in China of great value, just as the health is of great value that this breathing set will give you. This set is really very good because, as I mentioned, it does coordinate the breathing with the movement, similar to Tai Chi. So for that reason, it has a tremendous capacity to store energy here in the dantian and in the system. That's exactly why breathing is best done outside, weather permitting. So let's begin with exercise number 1 from the 8 Pieces of Brocade. Hold 2 hands, uphold the heavens.
In the 8 Pieces of Brocade, there are 2 main stances that are used throughout the breathing. The first one is a closed feet position, as you see here, doing with exercise number 1, and the second, which is this stance, is really a modified horse stance. And I'll show you how to do those before we begin the set. This breathing coordinates the movements with the breathing, which is one of its main keys to its ability to generate large amounts of energy and store it throughout the body. This is exercise number 5, and again back to the modified horse stance. This set was created by Marshal Hu Fei, also pronounced Hua Fei. He was a military general, a martial artist, and he created this set for his troops to keep them in health and to give them extra energy. And reportedly, he never lost a battle, partly due to the fantastic health of his troops. He's also credited with creating the Eagle Claw style of martial arts, as well as the Xingyi style, which is another internal style like Tai Chi. And he used this knowledge of Qigong, of breathing, and health, the Chinese way, and understanding of the organ energy systems, to create this piece, the 8 Pieces of Brocade. This exercise is the last one, which focuses directly on strengthening the kidneys, again a vital organ for health and fitness. Here in the meditation section, as you see, I'm focusing on the middle plexus there, which is the solar plexus and the dantian, and I'm going through the governing and conception vessels, which are vital to the small circulation. Here in this part of the meditation, talking about using a candle to strengthen concentration and strengthen the will, which is absolutely vital, since the stronger the will, the greater the control over your chi that you will have, and the stronger the mind, stronger the health. Here in the physical workout section, we're using various exercises to once again focus on the building up of energy, a little different type of energy this time. Whereas breathing and meditation tend to build up more yin energy, which is calming and cooling, these physical exercises will build up more yang energy, but not too yang, as we don't want to make the body overly yang, otherwise we will simply cause further problems. So in the video we're going to use the 8-silk breathing to build up chi, the mind to further refine and strengthen the chi, and proper levels of physical exercise and various types of exercises to further increase the type of chi that we're doing, balance the type of chi, and increase it to an even higher level within the system. So the more energy we have overall, the more effective our breathing and our meditation becomes, especially when we get our mind stronger and stronger and we gain greater control over the chi. So each part of the video works synergistically with the other to enhance our health, our vitality to higher and higher levels. Next, we're going to hear a small excerpt from the nutrition segment of the video. Okay, well, we've come to a very critical part of the video now, and I say critical not because it's any more important than the rest of the video, but because this is a subject and a section where there's a lot of confusion out there, and hopefully I'm going to help you to remove a lot, if not all, of that confusion and really help you understand what you have to do in order to bring your health to a higher level. In this polluted environment with foods, processed foods, and depleted soil of minerals and nutrients, we have to be very careful about what we're putting into our bodies. In that end, we have to absolutely become label readers, especially if you're going to consume packaged and processed foods that are virtually everywhere. About 90% of the American food budget is spent on packaged and processed foods. So you really have to know what they're actually putting into those foods and what to definitely keep out of your body to continue to bring your health to a higher level. Because even if you're doing the breathing and meditation and working out, but you're continuing to pollute your body with all the junk food that's out there and not really being aware of how bad these chemicals are that's put into various foods, you're going to only have limited success. The breathing and meditation certainly will do more than any other single facets of health and fitness, but to really bring it up to the point where you want to be disease-free and or recover your health, you have to absolutely change the diet. There's just no way around it. There are about 6,000 chemicals that are allowed to be put into foods in America and most of the world, and these foods are FDA approved, these chemicals are FDA approved, and most of them are very bad, and a number of them are known to cause cancer. They know this, but because these are so cheap, they allow them to be put in anyway. Now, the first one on the list is absolutely one of the worst offenders, and one that you definitely want to read those labels and absolutely not consume in any way, shape, or form. In order to avoid this first one, which is hydrogenated oil, you also have to be aware that eating out at restaurants, virtually all the restaurants use it in their cooking or some kind of hydrogenated vegetable oil of some kind. So that's why eating out is also generally very, very deleterious to your health. Now, hydrogenated oils are natural oils that start out healthy, and what they do is they heat these oils anywhere from 500 to 1,000 degrees for several hours or longer, and they then put a catalyst into it that bubbles up into the mixture, and also at several atmospheres of pressure. The catalyst, usually nickel or platinum or sometimes aluminum, then changes the molecular structure of the oil, where it's normally a liquid at room temperature, turning it into a solid. Now, if you think about that, this is causing the molecular structure of the molecules to change into a polymer. Now, polymers are very similar to plastic. In fact, hydrogenated oil is only one molecule away from being plastic. Now, when your body consumes this, it goes into the bloodstream, and just as the liquid now is no longer liquid, it's a solid, it also thickens up and gums up your blood. This is one of the major causes of arteriosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, a higher blood pressure, heart disease, and heart attack. Next, we're going to see a couple of scenes from the acupressure section of the video. The first point that I want to show you is the kidney point, and it's located, you have the middle of the foot right here, just up a little bit more
north of center, and you want to use your thumb, or if you have nails, you can use the first knuckle of your index finger, or any knuckle really, and you can just either press on the point at about a light to moderate pressure for about 30 seconds, or you can gently agitate the point in a clockwise fashion. The next point is located on the outside of the shin, about 4 finger widths below the kneecap. So my kneecap is about right here, and we're going to go 4 finger widths, and then from the pinky just over about an inch or so, and you'll feel the point right where the shin bone goes into the muscle there. And the way you know you have it correctly is if you move your foot up and down, you'll feel the muscles moving underneath your finger.
I hope you've enjoyed this extended preview of the Chinese health and fitness video. Thanks for watching.